All right, what's going on, everybody on YouTube land? We back at this thing again, man. We getting ready to release that womanizer, man, or that playerism. I think we're gonna call it playerism. I'm having a hard time coming up with the third name for the third tier of the game because simpology, that's an easy name. Trickology, that's an easy name. Macology, easy name, and pimpology is easy name. But playerology, that just don't sound right. Playerology. You know what I'm saying? So you can come with playerism or womanizing or I think playerism is a better title. So we're gonna go with playerism for the third tier. That's coming this weekend, man. That's gonna be some real deep game, man. That's gonna be a 2 hour show, so I'm gonna split it up into two episodes. Uh, and we just gonna go over the third tier of the game, and I'm gonna break down the ins and the outs of being a player, man. And it's gonna be real good, man. There's gonna be a lot of education and information to be gained from that show, man. So if you're on the Patreon, man, you in for a treat. I can promise you that you in for a good treat, man. It's coming this weekend. We gonna call it playerism. And before y'all settle down in this classroom, man, finger bang that like button, man. You gotta finger bang that bitch, man. You gotta push it, man. You gotta make that like button do what it do, man. So before you even sit down in that seat, before you pick up the day's textbook and start studying these player scrolls, man. Finger bang that like button, man, and let's go ahead and get into this thing, man. I'll be teaching today's class. I am Professor Joe Casey. Class is now in session. And you know, let's go ahead and get into this thing, man. Let's go ahead and get into this thing. Uh, we're getting ready to enter into the spring, and the spring is most famous for a thing that we like to call spring break. It's a thing that's called spring break. Players understand this. Players understand what spring break mean. Players understand that spring break is not just something that just happens because it's the springtime. Players understand that it's something deeper to this. Players understand that the powers that be, the people who govern over us, the people who come up with the name for these holidays and these vacations, they understand what these terms mean because they create these terms for us to live around. They created Valentine's Day. They created the Christmas break. They created income tax checks. Players understand that all these shits have something very incredible to do with the way we interact with each other. See, the average simp and the trick don't understand that. The average trick don't understand that, hey man, once the holidays roll around, once Valentine's Day roll around, once spring break, the average trick don't understand once October hits. The average trick and simp does not understand once October hits that they are officially under evaluation for the next year of the player season. The player season always begins on March 1st. March 1st is New Year's Eve for all players. March 1st is New Year's Eve for all players, pimps, max, and tricks. It's the official beginning of spring break. That's when the weather start to come out. That's when these females start to evaluate the whole last year of the player season to see if they want to go into another season with the guy that they have been intimate with, that they have been having sexual relationships with, that they have been spending the majority of their time with. That's when they decide if they're going to cut you off or if they're going to go into a new season with you. The weather start warming up, the skippy clothes start coming out, the tax checks come through. They got the holidays to process to see how the holidays went. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why so much money gets spent on Valentine's Day. See, tricks and simps who understand the game, who understand that they're tricks and simps, they go all out on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is official, it's the official let's hook up for the spring holiday, or it's the official please don't leave me once the spring starts holiday for simps, tricks, and players. It doesn't matter for a Mac or a pimp. Or Mac and pimps, we elevate above all that shit. So, when the holidays roll around, we don't give a fuck. When Valentine's Day roll around, we don't give a fuck. Ain't no such thing as an anniversary for a Mac or a pimp. But players, simps, and tricks, they have to kowtow to all these man-made holidays. If they don't, they suffer from what we like to call in the game spring break. If you look at the statistics, most of divorces and breakups happen between the months of March and June. That's the first 3 months of the game. That's the first 3 months of the season. That's when the weather start warming up. That's when females start coming out of their shells from the previous year. And that's when females start to evaluate whether they want to be with this cat. You know what I'm saying? If this cat ain't established himself as somebody that she cannot afford to lose, that's when these females start playing with their little wiggle space that you guys give them. Just look back. Just look back on your history, man. Look back on your history of dealing with females and see how much shit done happened during the spring. Look at how much pussy you done lost during the spring. And then on the flip side, look at how much pussy you done gained during the spring. A lot of you guys had what they like to call spring flings. This is the time where sex energy in the universe is at its highest peak. You know, the weather is warming up, the clothes are coming off, these females are feeling themselves. They've been shacked up in these houses for the whole winter season. You know what I'm saying? They've been, colored up, around and suffocated by they simp and trick boyfriends for the whole season. Now it's that time. It's the flowers are starting to bloom again. It's new life in the universe. The leaves are getting ready to start coming back to the trees. You understand? Everything is about to start happening again. The beach about to start popping again. The water parks is about to start jumping again. The amusement, the theme parks is about to start popping again. Everything is getting ready to open up. It's officially the beginning of a new player season. It is officially the beginning of a new player season, man. So, when you understand the game, you understand that you understand how society, try to manipulate the masses into a certain way of thinking around these holidays. You understand what's going on. You understand how the woman is being influenced around this type of the year, man. So if you're a Mac or you're a pimp, this is the time of the year where you tighten your game up on the bitch and you prepare your bitch for the next season so she understands what's going on in the game. And female players this time of the year where they make sure they dudes are behaving. Time of the year where they get their dudes in line. So, like I say, man, when I do pimpology, I'm going to go into hoeology too, man. Pimpology going to be the deepest show of this series because I'm going to break down both sides of it. I'm going to break down how females make sure their men are behaving. See, when you a simp, a trick, or a player, you have to behave a certain way before a woman will respect you or give you the type of interaction that you want. If not, you enter what we like to call the doghouse. And then when spring rolls around, that's when these females decide whether they want to keep your ass in the doghouse for another season or call what we like to call in the game a break. When they come to, when they come and hit you with that, you say, you know what, we've been going through so much stuff this past year, man. I think it's just time we just take some time to ourselves. It's time that I feel like you get to know you, and I need to get to know me, and I need to see what life is like outside of this relationship, outside of this. Sometimes I feel a little suffocated. I feel like we're not seeing eye to eye. This is the time of the year where that game start coming around, and dudes start, oh baby, we just went through Valentine's, we just went through New Year's, we just went through all this, This is the time of the year where that shit start hitting. This is the time of year where bitches start jumping ship. If they don't want to take it another year, if they don't want to take it up another notch, this is the time of year where dudes get served them motherfucking divorce papers. So, if you understand the game, you understand the seasons. Hold on, goddamn alarm clock. If you understand the game, you understand the seasons, you understand all this shit, man. You understand everything means something. You understand? Ain't no such thing as just a regular day on the calendar. It ain't no such thing as just a regular holiday. All these days mean something. All these days you're being evaluated as to how you're running your game. So you want to be on top of your shit with the person you're dealing with, or you will be affected by what we like to call the spring break. You will be affected by what we like to call the spring break, man. And that's that tax check. That's your get out of jail money. When that tax check roll around, oh shit. And that bitch got 2 kids, that bitch come up on 10 bands, and she feel like you ain't been doing what you want to do. Now she got the money to get away from your ass. Especially if she know that you might ask for some of it. Especially if she know you a broke motherfucker that might hit up and be like, "Hey, babe, let me get a let me get 1,000 or two." You know what I'm saying? She got that tax check, so she finna get it how she live, man. So when you understand the game, then you could be on top of some of this shit, man. And that's pretty much all I want to say, man. I'm gonna go into this thing a little bit deeper when I do the playerology, the playerism show this weekend. But y'all be cool on your stool, man. I'm gonna get at y'all boy later, man. This professor, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Y'all stay on top of your game out here, man. Y'all be cool on your stool. Understand ain't nothing cooking but 2 peas in the pot, and then cooking at the stove ain't hot. I'll fuck with y'all.